Welcome back to Lower Class Podcast. This is Pony.
And this is Iggy.
And this gentleman here that is musically talented is...
This is Derek Morris from BMB. Hello, everybody on the interwebs.
So, we were just talking about how, like, you were in a lot of scenes. There are a lot of musical scenes, correct?
Yes.
You were talking about, like, I mean, a lot. Like, that's fucking fantastic, man. It seems like you're musically talented. And my end, you know, if you've been into rockabilly, you went punk, and you went to DJing, it's like, fuck, dude. I mean, that's like going from guitar to vocals to fucking, you know, making music on a computer and probably all these other machines, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, how do you even get started on that?
Like I was telling you earlier before we started, it's like, I've always been into everything. I've always loved different styles, like, you know, like, I just always, I'm the guy who likes to use all the different color of the rainbow, if you would.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
This is Skittles commercial. No, but yeah, I just always loved everything and just like love to express myself.
Makes sense.
And didn't really have a hold on, like, because a lot of people would be like, oh, you're rockabilly now, oh, you're punk rock now, oh, you're into rap now, oh, you're into this now. And it's weird because, like, a lot of people identify things by what they see you wearing or what you're playing now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how do you classify the type of music that you play?
I think it's DJing though, because DJing.
Because it's something that I kind of heard before, but it's something new. You know?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But isn't
go on.
Sorry. But so DJing, you have the all pass on DJing. If you're a DJ, you have the all pass. You mean you could be any the fuck you want.
Oh, continue.
I mean, you're a DJ. You know, it's like you're a disc jockey. You have that. Like the fucking VIP pass that I can go to whatever the fuck I want. I can go to a punk rock show and still fucking play techno in the side.
Well, I mean, I guess that goes with anything, you know. You could jump to any genre.
Yeah, basically, that's the kick-ass part about it.
A lot of bands do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Suicidal Tendencies, they were once classified as a hardcore, then punk, then a heavy metal.
That's true.
And their genre was considered crossover thrash.
True.
Because they were a bunch of things at one point.
Right.
So.
It's just crazy because, like, the genre of it, it's weird, but, like, I mean, hard to explain even to myself what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for me, like, my history of music, like, this seems like kind of to me like what I can tell, like, from my influences. But it's like, if like the Postal Service and like Dr. Dre or like some old school hip hop artists,
Oh wow!
like, came together and had a baby, and then after the baby like smoked some crack. No, I'm just saying, but, like, you know what I mean? It's just like this, it's just this weird thing that, like, I'm not even trying, and I've noticed that when you don't, out of all the music projects I've done, this one, it's just clearly, like, I don't have any set mentality in my mind. I just, like, get on there and do it, and, like, even the singing, and I actually do it all off my phone.
Nice. Shit.
Yeah, I don't have it. I sing into the phone, and they're not the best recordings, but it's, like, from when people have been downloading them from, like, iTunes, Spotify. And it's crazy because it's like, to me, it's like you can do anything, you know. It's like, like some people can't that I showed. They're just like, what? This is awesome. You did this on your phone? Like, yeah, GarageBand.
Yeah, as long as you have like some sort of app to record your voice, and normally most any Android or iPhones, they record vocals pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. I mean, most people that are musicians or artists that have like a really, really good ear, they can tell, you know, and I can tell, and I like the style because it's kind of a low Wi-Fi sound.
Okay.
So, like, I like it.
Yeah.
And there's some people that hear and, like, they don't get that that's what I'm, like, that's what I love about it. That it's not this big, I've been to, like, Hollywood and, like, record labels and, like, big places, and we've been recording, and, like, it's just crazy how much, it's fun, but it's stressful. So, like, this part of my music career, it's just really, it's fun. I literally just, like, lay on my couch and just start writing songs. Ding, ding, ding.
On your phone, right?
Yeah.
Put the beats on and then just, like, go from there.
I mean, that's one of the things that as like a former musician, I found that writing like music, you know, like lyrics and whatever, the easiest.
Yeah.
But making like the musical structure, like the instruments, I had a hard time with. You know, like I know how to play guitar and play the drums and everything, and playing bass is about the same thing as playing guitar, just bigger strings. But I felt it easier if I just had to write the songs instead of playing the instruments, because you know it was more easier for me. It didn't take that long for me to. If I would write something right now, it would take like 15 minutes, and then after that, I would have to like just go back and like kind of correct the errors and replace some words that I used too much or whatever, you know. But I mean, that's what I found was easy about music.
And yeah, that's true. And that's the easy part. No, well, lyrics for me is pretty hard. I prefer playing. I mean, I am an ear by ear person, so I hear the sound and I can. Well, let's say like you said, you put on your earphones and you start hearing the beats, right? I have a tendency to do the same thing I do with my food. So when I have a cake, this is how I do with my music. This is how I can explain it to you guys.
Explain it.
So there's a cake, there's a frosting, and then there's a bread, and there's more frosting, and there's a bread, right? What I do, I take off the frosting, I take off the bread, and I take off the frosting. I eat the bread first, and then I eat the, so forth and so on. I eat them separate. So that's what I do with music. I listen to the sound, so I start basically blanking out on every other sound behind it. So I go first for the guitar, and then I'm like, okay, I can hear the guitar in the background while everything is playing, and the bass too. Basically, that's what I do. That's how, and I'll start playing it if I can, and if I can, well, I'll do my own thing. I don't give a shit. But I do agree with you with saying that, like, it doesn't, the technology that you have to make music, it doesn't have to be such great technology,
right?
Because the oldest music sounds great. I don't know if you ever hear like something from like from the 70s. It has a distortion on it and it sounds great. But you hear everything now, it's like studio quality. It's like, okay, this doesn't have the same sound. You want that dirty sound of it.
Yeah, it's like authentic.
That raw sound.
Yeah, that's why people like vinyl. People like vinyl because of the raw sound.
Yeah.
No one like if you download it off the internet, it's like, all right, it's studio quality. I don't like it. It's not crisp. You want that.
It almost loses. I feel too like. It loses the heart,
Yeah.
Because like when I like it's like I have like another analogy here. What if like in my closet, it's like I have all these different types of clothing.
Yeah.
And I just walk into it and go grab whatever. And like instead of picking like I'm gonna wear this and this and that, I just like, well, those are sick because I bought all of it. Yeah. So I love it, but it's not a uniform. And most people when they write music, what do? When you're like in like a punk band, you write punk music.
That's true.
Because you stick to that genre, and I get it, and it's awesome. But this thing's just super experimental. Like kind of just like I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna like just do it.
Yeah, the thing about like being in a punk band, their lyrics are so simplistic. Like you could just write anything, it would like reach out to a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Because they have the heart in it. Yeah, though. It's like
there's no complexity with writing punk songs. Like if you listen to like the Casualties or the Buzzcocks or something like that, it's very simple lyrics that are usually they just keep repeating over and over again.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's weird too because like a lot of people. I'd say critics that I know online, they'll be like, "Oh, this song's just so repetitive."
Yes,
and I was
that's
like,
the thing.
Makes it sound like a hipster.
I mean, as a musician, you got to think about that whole repetitiveness of it. But at the same time, there's still people out there that don't care about that.
Yeah. Well, we're such an ADD generation nowadays. I think it's funny. I just think it's funny because people need to hear it over and over and over. Yeah. Like now we lose track. We don't even have time for like this and that.
I mean, in a way, it's a good thing because at least you'll be able to sing along with the lyrics. If it's too complex, you got to remember all these different courses.
Right. And it's dope. Like I love all songs that I like that, but I'm like, I don't know. It's funny. A lot of my songs are like only 2 minutes or like barely 3 minutes, if that.
Yeah. I have a question. So if it's 3 minutes long, how long do you take to actually make it?
Dude, it's crazy. Like.
Because I myself done it before, and it takes me like an hour. And it's like 5 minutes. What the fuck? Like an hour. It's like, what happened?
I don't know. Because I originally started on an iPad, and 5 years ago with this project, just for fun. It's always been for fun, but now it's starting to do something.
Oh, okay.
And I got signed to a record label for this from doing it from my iPad.
That's pretty
cool. What I'm saying? And it was funny because I had all my other music on his label. And he loved this project the most than all my other projects, like acoustic, punk bands, emo bands, country band. So I thought it was interesting that I feel sometimes in life when you just keep it simple.
True.
Instead of like, say I was gonna come up and hug you, like, hey, what's up, dude? But if I thought about it, like, how do I hug him?
Yeah.
Like this, and like that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna accept my hug? And it's like, I just go in for it,
And bam.
and yeah, something just happens.
That's
Like
true.
you're trying to solve a math problem or something.
Yeah.
You have a point. That's like the best music that you ever heard is more because they never overthought it. It's simple. It's like, oh, because it's the same thing with cooking. You overthink it and you add too much shit to it.
Yeah, but sometimes if you want to make
You cannot have
a masterpiece, like say for example, like Led Zeppelin's "Stairway to Heaven," that song probably took fucking.
I don't think that was
months.
overthought. I really think that was really.
Are you sure? It seems like a well thought out song.
Like LSD influence. Like you just pick up.
Oh, it's the 70s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was the 70s. You see their live concerts, like it's all trippy fucking shit in there.
And then you like they don't what do you call it? They're not putting effort. In other words, they just went for it. Like that's when you can tell it's simple. When you don't put effort, that means it's simple for them to do it. Which
Well,
is
maybe the
great.
lyrics are simple, but the instruments are like a little bit more.
Yeah, because they're talented.
Yeah.
Honestly. For them, it's easy. I'm pretty sure you can blindfold them and they're still play.
Yeah.
They can be
Right,
fucking
yeah.
drunk like a motherfucker and still play.
They just
It's
know
like-
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that. Like if you simplicity is the key to everything.
Oh yeah.
If you overthink, like you said, if you overthink
Overthink
it, yeah, you fuck.
like
It's
too
shit.
much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone's gonna go, oh, this is crap. It's like fuck. I overthought
Yeah, just
it.
like how we do
Yeah.
with this podcast, we kind of just go with the flow. Like before, we used to have like a format. We talk about this for like a certain
Yeah.
amount of minutes
Yeah.
and this for a certain amount of minutes. But then we decided, you know what? Let's just make
Fuck
it.
it.
We'll just have a conversation between each other, and
Hell yeah.
you know, it's more natural.
And it's funny.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
you,
So, yeah.
you hear like some other podcasts that are out there, like on SoundCloud or Spotify. They sound too structured, like almost like the producers of those podcasts are telling to say what they want to hear.
Right. It's
You
like
know?
scripted.
Yeah,
It's
scripted, yeah.
It's like a movie.
True.
And they add like all these little sound bites here and there for like the comedic effect, and I'm like, that's unnatural.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And my question to you, actually, because you were in the label, correct?
Yeah.
How was that? Like, how was that experience? Are you still on the label though?
No, right now I just do it all by myself.
Okay. So like, how was that though?
It was awesome actually. It's crazy because it was a buddy of mine I met years ago, and he was just like, he was all about the music, dude. Like he was not about like trying to jack you or trying to be famous or anything.
Yeah, LA style.
Oh, yeah. So he's just such a good guy. He moved to Oregon, and he was just always there for me, like helping me. Like he would design things and just like take care of the little work, you know, or
Yeah.
well, so you can focus on your music.
Right.
But it was crazy though, cause he actually died. He 37. Yeah, he just his wife. He just didn't wake up.
What?
Yeah, he didn't do drugs or nothing like that. He just didn't wake up, and they don't know what happened. So it was like crazy because this guy, like, he was like a dad to me. That's how influenced he was in my life.
Yeah.
Through this label, because the label was just like a bonus round for him, and it was just like he was just always speaking a lot of truth into my life. It was cool.
Wow.
When did it happen to the label though?
I was gonna try to take it, or help like run it for him, but it just at that time I was just not in a good place in my life, so I was like, it didn't just shut down, and because his wife, no one else did everything but him. Like, computer. So the website shuts down, you know, and then all the things get lost. So, but yeah,
Damn, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Damn.
But I just think it. I just wanted to share like how, or just a little how it started. Like I was saying, like I had the iPad, and like growing up as like a musician, like my things were way different. Like most people grow up and it's like, oh yeah, my parents listened to the Beatles or this and that. Like, dude, my parents didn't listen to any music. All I had was my older brother, and all I remember growing up with was like I said, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, like Too Short,
The classics.
and then Cranberries, Stone Temple Pilots, and Green Day. So I had this like an Operation Ivy Rancid.
Oh,
so I
nice.
had this two separate worlds.
Yeah.
But they're like doing the same thing, just different music.
True.
They all have the same like heart towards things.
Yeah.
And it always tripped me out. So I feel in this time of these doing BMB, like with the beats especially, they have a lot of hip hop influence.
What does
on
a
me.
BMB stand for?
It means beat more beats.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They're just like to me, it's like keep making those beats. Like, keep going.
Right.
It's like real simple.
Cool.
It's like your motivational, like your motivation is.
Like hey, like you guys can do it too. Like make more music is what it means to me.
Because I guess a lot of people that start any kind of like like a band, or they want to start like an R&B group or whatever, or they want to become rappers. A lot of them they lose hope because they don't think they have the talent for it. But you look at some of these people, like for example, let's say the Sex Pistols. They didn't really have that much talent.
They didn't.
There was a bunch of people playing instruments. It's like they got big and they didn't know how to play their instruments or sing.
It's funny because I was thinking about that too. Like the other week, I was like, wait, like why did the Sex Pistols get famous? Because of fucking Sid Vicious.
Yeah,
Sid Vicious was like 88.
That was like wow, shock.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this is crazy.
He's like cutting himself on stage, of course.
Yeah,
it's like fuck.
Any publicity is good publicity.
There you go. Yeah, that's basically what it was. Good or whatever. Publicity. Yeah.
You're good.
But that's fucking crazy. But they suck. I believe they suck. I don't.
Yeah.
There's
some
songs
people
that
would probably disagree with you, but they're not like my cup of tea. Like it's It's not something I would listen to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's just a bunch of like random noise. Like I listen to a lot of music that have a lot of noise in it, but if the lyrics doesn't match the instruments, I'm like, oh, you know what? Nah.
You know what? My problem with Sex Pistols was more because of Sid Vicious, because you know how in high school you always had those punks. You had the punks, the political punks, and then you had the kids who tried to be punk. And these kids were trying to do stupid things like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I'm a punk, or I'm a, I don't know, like pull a girl's hair because I'm a punk, type of thing. That's
right.
B,
anything,
and there's A, where it's like we fight.
Yeah, anything punk rock.
Yeah, we're fighting for this.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Sex Pistols. Sid Vicious was the guy who will pull on girls' hairs and run away and say, I'm punk. And then you had the lead singer, which I forgot, something Rodden, I forgot his name. He was all about politics. I mean, God Save the Queen was one of them. He's the one that wrote that, and so forth and so on, like political and so forth.
There's a lot of musicians out there that would say like never involve politics in your music because people are always going to be against you.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's like that when they say the two things not to speak of at the table is religion, right?
And politics.
That's what our podcast is about. No religion, no politics. Because those are like such a taboo for a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Because even the same thing, like you put religion in music. I mean, if it's in church, that's fine. But if you're trying to make because there's a lot of like Christian hardcore metal bands or whatever, and it's like when you incorporate that with something that's kind of demonic, it's kind of like going against the religion at the same time, So it's kind of like how do you like Under Oath or MXPX, but MXPX was more like a pop rock or pop punk,
yeah,
true.
But
that's why I'm like that whole. It's weird because like for me, it's like I believe in God, but it's like I'm not like
religious.
Like I'm not religious or traditional. It's like dude, no one's got time for that. You know what I mean? Like that's a joke. Like shoot.
True. I mean, look what happened to James Olstein from fucking Houston. You didn't hear about that shit?
No.
Okay, so when the flood happened.
Texas. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so James Olstein basically he has the super mega dome fucking church, right? Fits about 15,000 people or 150,000 people, one of the two. Yeah. Damn. So these people, since the flood happened, obviously it's a disaster and it sucks. So they're going to the church and they're wanting to go in, and James Olstein says no. He basically says no to them. Yeah, as the only thing that's not flooded. Even his parking lot, it's not even flooded. So this guy decides to go, no, you guys can't come into my church. Now he's trying to erase it off history, I guess you can say, by, donating water and all this crap. I mean, great for him, cool. But you did a no-no, in anyone's eyes, right?
Especially it's a church.
Yeah,
church is
like he's
accepting to everybody.
Exactly, he's a mega church. So it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna open the church for you. It's like, okay, now people can see you as a corporate person, not as a religious person.
Yeah, with churches like that, there's a lot of them in the U.S. A lot of them are just money hungry, and they could care less about the people around them. As long as they have money in their pocket, that's all they care about. And it makes them look bad when they do shit like that for like a fucking hurricane.
Exactly.
And they're fucking shit.
Hurricane, yeah.
That's fucked up too. It's like,
I don't even know because like, well, Facebook was like my source of news.
Yeah.
But I haven't been on Facebook in like. Well,
Yeah,
I deleted my accounts.
That was one of my.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea.
For me, like I was like, right now in my life, I don't need to hear anything. You know, I got to focus on like other things. So
yeah, because if you listen to like whatever is on the TV, like the news, for example, you'll get influenced by that, and then you'll become paranoid of certain things. It's like.
Yeah, it's like a lot of fear.
Yeah.
I don't see. Yeah. I saw more fear on Facebook than I saw like, you're amazing, life's cool, we love life. You know what I mean? Like I weighed it out and I was like, subconsciously, if you watch stuff like that all the time, you start like feeding your heart that. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna feed my heart that.
Exactly. You can see like when Facebook came out, like it was all about status updates, and then you slowly saw the decline where it started to become reposting like news facts and pictures of other fucking people that they don't fucking know. It's like they're a bunch of robots now. It's like they're not real people anymore.
No,
like, I haven't seen an actual status update on Facebook in so long. And granted that I don't have my personal Facebook active, just the podcast Facebook.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, it's like, what the fuck is this?
That's true.
Is this what Facebook became?
Well, it's crazy though, because even like with the Instagram, like too, like I've heard that and Facebook are the most depressing things. Like it actually like kids like have killed themselves because someone was like, "You're ugly." Hashtag.
Oh yeah.
You're ugly.
Yeah. You know, because when Instagram first came out, it wasn't because it's owned by Facebook also. And
I don't know that.
What's it called? When they first came out, you couldn't send like personal like PM like DM messages to nobody before. That's like a new feature they added like years after they got kind of popular.
Oh, okay.
And all you could do is just post pictures and comment. And I could see where like that also downfall because people criticize like, you know, there's all these Instagram models or whatever always trying to get approval from like, you know, their followers and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
but
is.
I was like thinking again, like, so I started on the iPad, started on the iPad, and then just started making it.
You did the same mistake before. Remember we were talking about iTunes, and I said iPod, and you're like, you mean iTunes? And I'm like, yeah.
It's like everything, bro.
Yeah. No, but like, so you started an iPad.
Yeah, I started on the iPad, yeah.
Crazy.
And then I was like, it started doing good, and I made some like music videos and stuff like that, and then I went from there to like, it was just fun to actually like people telling me like, dude, you should actually like start throwing it out there big time.
True.
So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I just did it, and now I do it on my phone, and I've been selling like a grip tons of my singles.
Where on what?
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, pretty much Pandora, like any of those like web things. It's on there. YouTube, but it is crazy because like for me too, I was like I've been sober for 10 months, and I just have like a different, clear view of life than I did before.
Yeah, I could see how that would make a very positive impact in a person to get rid of something that's kind of poisonous.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
True. You're more positive, right?
Exactly. Like, well, because you're in that culture. Like, when I've done like music and all that stuff, like with celebrities and popular people, and like doing all the drugs and all that, I saw that for what it was. Not saying everybody does it, but we all know the music industry is pretty much centered around that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it was just cool for me to be sober, and then now know that like I was a selfish person then. I was all about, honestly, I was like, I want to be a rock star, da 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 da. Now I'm like, I don't need to prove to nothing to nobody. This is just fun for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and doing it like I said on the iPhone and just throwing it out there and actually seeing that people love it and they're like, wow, this is cool. It's like inspiring because I'm like, dude, I'm pretty much want to let people know that you can do anything.
True.
You know, and like I know you could do anything for me through, like for what I've been through God. You know, like you can do anything, and like whatever that looks like for anybody, it's just like, dude, you can do it. Like, come on, I'm doing this off my cell phone, but I have the heart for it, and like even when I do sing, I don't write down lyrics or anything. I just really just, like I said, it's like our rapper freestyles, if you would.
Okay.
But I just start freestyling. I'm like, I only do a couple of takes. I don't sit and like, cause all the bands I've been in, it's like, oh, do that again. Like sometimes if it sounds weird, I'm just like, that's what it was supposed to sound like, and I just boop, throw it out there. So yeah, it's been crazy to see like just doors opening up for that.
That's true. What encourages you to like have that fire for you to like just fucking keep going? It doesn't matter like this, you know. There's always, like we were just talking about, there's negativity, right? Always.
Right.
You obviously we're all of us have, you know, we can see this. This is public, right? You can see negativity everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's always that one bad apple, or you can call them douchebags or shitholes.
Yeah.
But you know, the one who's like, oh, this sucks and that sucks. You know, what, you know, puts that fury in you to like keep going.
Just that thing to show. I guess like it hurts me a lot that a lot of people are growing up right now in this Instagram age, basically, and it's like, if you don't have this many friends or this and that, they're like, I can't show my music. You know how many people I know that are talented, and they will not show their music because they're scared, and their recordings, you know, the recordings are better than mine.
Yeah.
And I show mine. It's just like, it's not. I don't really want to say it's a confident thing. It's just really just doing it.
Yeah, because you know, even this day and age, like they grew up in like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all that shit, and the fact that they want to put their shit out there on YouTube or any format they have on the internet, it's almost like those platforms are just oversaturated with bullshit.
Yeah.
So then you can't really get your shit out there unless it's all about, I guess, if you like, a lot of people get lucky, like they're like one of like the pioneers of like Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and they get lucky enough that they got big within a certain amount of months or years. And a lot of people like our podcast, for example, we started off on YouTube, and we have this other one on Mixcloud, which is also free. And I guess for us it was like a bad timing kind of thing, and since we don't have that many viewers, but
we did have a new following.
We did
for a while. I don't know what happened there.
You know what happened? We stopped doing video. We started doing
true.
Just audio.
That's true. We stopped doing video.
Yeah, because before we did video, but then I had a hard time because I'm doing all the editing for the video and the audio, so I found it easier just to make the audio and little edits here and there, but not too much like video, because you got to sync up the voices to the video.
Oh, so shit. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people are like, "What happened to the fucking video?" It's like, well, you understand if you're a fucking editor, so fuck you, you know?
Right. Not only that, I mean, I think it was kind of awkward too, looking at a fucking camera. You know, obviously, people. Okay, so you're watching the video and you think there's a shitload of people watching too with you. But in reality, it's this one fucking little thing, little dot. You're looking at it, it's like, okay, there's nobody there. Who the fuck am I talking to? I'm talking to a fucking, the computer. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, just imagine the people that just do it solo.
Cyber life.
Like, you see people fucking vlogging.
I can't do that.
Themselves.
Yeah. Not even I can do that. I think we haven't even reached that point where, like, just vlogging everywhere. No. Yeah. It's just weird because you're, like, picking up your phone. And then I literally go, like, I'm a person who kind of just, I'm really, what is it? I can, what do you call it? Fuck. Like, on my surrounding, I pay attention to it. Like, I pay attention to my surroundings, in other words.
You're aware.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So if there's a person looking at me and I look fucking stupid on the phone, I can't do that. I'm 29 years old. I can't fucking be doing that shit. I look stupid. You know, it's like, hey, you know, guys, I was like, I wasn't raised with that. I can't.
I see.
I was probably raised with MySpace, you know, as far as that goes.
Yeah,
but
like Zanga.
Yeah, Zanga. Yeah, there you go.
Zanga. I remember that.
Zanga was like an online kind of like journal diary thing.
Oh, like
they had like a blog. Yeah, it was Zanga, and they had My Journal.
Oh, yeah. What? I've heard of that. Well, because blogging was a big thing, but now these things are basically blogs.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't do that. Yeah. Like, I mean, once in a while, you know, I'll take pictures, but it's just not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, the most active I'm on, I'm pretty active on YouTube only because of the podcast. Facebook, same thing with the podcast, and also Instagram too. I'll take fucking selfies here and there. Only, not that I'm being like kind of ironic about it. It's just because, you know, I got nothing else better to do. Kind of just boredom, you know. It's like it's a fucking it's an app for fucking taking pictures.
It's just weird. It's just, like you were talking about, like it's. I think the best term to put in is more like a narcissistic generation.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's just so narcissistic. Like,
and it's like, yeah, there's no, dude. When you're on Instagram, again, when you're on Instagram, how many, again, if you outweigh it, how many positive things are you seeing? Like, oh man, I could do anything. Oh man, people love me. Oh man, this is awesome. Then like, look what I'm doing, rolling in my this and got my money.
Yeah, I think
girl.
the negativity outweighs the positivity.
Oh,
yeah. I think in this terms we can all agree that what puts fury in our encouragement is more of like just the negative activities because you want to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, just for example, safe. There's like we were saying earlier about the Instagram models. You know, like they're striving on getting like their approval from their fucking almost like they leave nothing to the imagination with their fucking modeling pictures. Yeah. And then yet they get all these negative comments. It's like they don't see ahead of that and say, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll get too much negative comments, or people try to they'll say like negative things about like they want to fuck me or something like that. But you expect that if you're gonna show a picture where you're almost fucking half naked, you know?
Yeah, like they're setting themselves up.
Exactly. Yeah, I think their idols is like fucking like the Kardashians and shit.
Right. Oh yeah. I don't even. It's funny because I'm like so out of the loop with like what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like people are telling like, oh, this and Kardashians, this and that. And I was like, what?
Even the name.
Yeah, you know, I'm the same thing with like any new music that came out in like the past like 6 years. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I'm like, all I do is listen to old school things.
Yeah, like
I know. I think that's the only thing you have
from
right
like
now.
The late '60s to like maybe like the early 2000s. I listen to anything past that. I'm like oblivious. You know.
It's just one thing I thought was crazy. I was thinking like with my music, like right now the stage in my life that I'm in, like dude, all I listen to is like gangster rap, if you would, old school, you know.
Okay.
Because I love the beats and the synthesizers, dude. Like Dr. Dre, all those guys.
Beats are crazy good.
Obviously they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it's weird because that's what I'm listening to. But I was telling one of the homies that like, dude, if you don't like write pure music to me, from what I'm learning in my life, is like you can't be listening to what you think you're making.
True.
Because then, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these people that are in punk, rock, alternative, pop, acoustic, what do they listen to? What influences them?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm like, I'm not listening to anything that influences this. Except for, I would say, the only thing that influences it is the beats. Mm-hmm. But, like, my stuff clearly does not sound like gangster rap, obviously.
Yeah, see,
you know, so it's weird.
Like, that's one thing a lot of musicians face because you know you don't want to be a clone of somebody else. You know.
Yeah, but it's hard for people because like what's that called? Like you feel more open to things that are close to you.
Yeah.
That you can relate to basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of people are just like, well, like. Because I mean, a lot of dudes are like, dude, all those things you listen to, no wonder your band sounds like that. And like, you love Rise Against so much. But I could, even before this guy, before I heard his band, I heard his band, and it was like, sound like Rise Against to me. His voice, too.
Yeah. Right.
I was just like, this is Rise Against. And then I'm like, I bet you that's one of his favorite bands.
Right, yeah.
Like, because it's weird. Like, I'm like, at the age where I was like that too when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing kind of like pop country, like rockabilly music, I was all into Mike Ness.
Oh yeah, that's really
good. So his rockabilly stuff. So it's like that was influencing me.
Yeah.
But right now it's trippy because people are always like, oh, well, what you make is what influences you. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. It's kind of weird because like what. It doesn't sound like it. I don't know what it sounds like.
Yeah, like it's happened before, like in the past, like with the Beatles, for example. Like some of their songs, they sound like they're way too much compared to another artist. Like they have this one song that's it has the same beat, the same melody, and everything, like just like this R&B group from like the 60s or 70s. And then I guess it was either George Harrison. He says, "Well, there's only so many chords on the guitar that you could use, and before you run out of shit to write, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not stealing; it's just a coincidence, you know.
Right. Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now too, it's like that whole cookie mold. I think that's what I realized too. It's like people feel, even in the obviously the corporate world, but now it's funny. I feel a lot of punk rock dudes are corporate.
Yeah.
Because they're dressing the part. Like, do you really want to dress like that, or is that what you dress like because that's supposed to? So when people identify you, like, oh, he's so punk.
Yeah.
You know,
he's got all the tattoos.
It goes against their whole beliefs, like going on a record label,
go.
getting money for what they do. Because a lot of the people that play punk rock music, they do that shit for free, and just for them to go to, like for example, go to like a corporation like Warner Brothers, it's like they're labeled as sellouts for doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because the corporate Warner Brothers is pretty big. It's a corporation,
Big,
but even what's the Hip Cats? No, what's that stupid label right now?
No,
Hellcats.
Yeah, Hellcat.
Hellcat, that's a big corporate label too. I mean, even
that's
in that.
Tim Armstrong. Yeah, from
Exactly.
Rancid,
Yeah, there you go. That unique.
But that's what's crazy because Tim Armstrong, dude, he's punk, dude. Because this guy, he dresses the way because that's how he was brought up in history. But this guy has produced Pink.
A lot of groups.
So many bands, and people are like, it's crazy when I started doing this BMB thing. People are like, oh, Derek's not punk anymore. I was like, you guys are tripping. Like, I'm the most punk because punk rock's about like doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like being like, dude, I'll wear whatever I want. I'll say, you know what I mean? Like, not be a dickhead.
Yeah.
But it's a lifestyle of not being conformed to. A lot of it's like not to be conformed to the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to me because I had a lot of homies diss me like,
oh fuck that.
Dude, like, what is this? Like, what you into rap now? You into this weird techno? What is this? Like,
well, you see, the thing is, for me, I don't classify myself as anything, but I listen to all types of music. Fucking rap, metal, death metal, rock, punk, country. I love all those types of music. Maybe I'll kind of stray away from like more mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'll listen to anything if it sounds good, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I have more respect the fact that you know about Tim Armstrong and Rancid to put together. That's a good thing.
At one point, when we used to live off of like white men in university, we're talking about bringing back Operation Ivy.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, dude, we need to bring it back. And it's like, people were getting on it, but then it's weird. I know some people, like, again, they don't follow through. It's like, dude, that's a sick idea, but I don't know. Like, really? And I was like, how sick would that be? That
would be so
influenced,
good, man.
Yeah. Because I was just like a huge influence at that time again to me.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, oh, dude, like, we should do something. I loved how they were so set free. And their things were catchy and had heart.
Because I gotta be honest with you, I liked Operation Ivy more than I did Rancid. Because it just sounded better to me. You know?
They didn't have any more records. So
just
like,
that one.
Yeah, I was like, how did you do that? And that's Tim Armstrong was in that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, so from the get go, this guy's like,
ooh, classic,
respectable. Yeah.
That's I guess that's our generations of a pioneer of punk.
Yeah,
because back in then it was like what. Ramones, I guess you can say Ramones, the guy named Richard Hell, and so forth. That's our generation's, pioneer of punk.
Yeah.
Because this guy has done everything. I've argued with a fucking crusty punk. Trust me, in LA, completely argue with this guy.
Crusties.
Yeah. This guy completely like fucking was dissing me. I'm like, how do you like Tim Armstrong, this and that? I was like, dude,
you know the crust punks. They have a lot of fucking.
They do. Trust me, because
Yeah.
this guy had like so much fury. He was cool. I liked him. He was fun, and we respected each other. But once we got drunk together, it was like, no, fool. Like Tim Armstrong's the shit, man. It's like, no, he's corporate and this shit. I was like, no, this guy has done so much shit to support punk. That this guy brought it back to everybody. Brought the heart back to them.
That's one thing. I never liked drinking with the crust punks because they're lightweights and one beer would fuck them up.
Really?
Oh no! This guy's
and
fucking
I'll be sitting there like.
I was like,
okay.
The ones I met, they were like they drink it like wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they do that, but the ones I've met, they're lightweights, man. I'm telling you, they have like one shot and one beer, and I'm like, I just got here. I had fucking just the same amount as you, and I'm not even fucked up yet.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
No, but that day was funny because I was drinking a bottle of wine, and he was drinking. There, my friend and the crusty punk were drinking an 18-pack of beer, and I'm like, nah, dude, I don't want beer. I'm just gonna bust a doors on them. Jim Morrison just drink some wine, right? And dude, I'm already fucked up because I drank a whole bottle of wine. Like I don't know how big that shit was, and we're here arguing. And I get it, obviously when you argue with somebody that you can relate to, it's not really arguing, it's more of just a conversation, but really loud. Especially that. Because at the end, we're like, hell, yeah, you know what, dude? We have different points, we're cool, whatever,
Yeah.
In the end, I ended up, giving him my patches. Like, here, dude, I don't even wear the patches anymore. I'm like...
Yeah, you were big on patches.
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
Well, be like that too.
Yeah, see, like...
Hardcore, yeah.
You get at a certain
Pins
age... Exactly. You get at a certain age, you have to stop certain things, I used to have plugs. I don't have plugs anymore. I'm 29 years old. I can't be doing that anymore. But it doesn't mean that I'm off the scene. It's just me. Yeah, see, you understand completely.
That doesn't change your heart.
You're just growing as a person.
Yeah, and a lot of people... There was a kid in LA, because I used to live in LA for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember going to this punk store, and obviously...
the thing about when you live in LA, it didn't change you.
Really, it didn't? I felt like I was more angry.
I felt like it didn't... Well, you were always angry all the time, though. Since I've known you were kind of an angry person a little bit, You just kind of suppressed
Bro,
it.
we need to talk? Have a talk here?
I don't know.
Emotional
But
podcast.
I felt it didn't change you at all, though. When you came back, it was like...
I was more angry, to tell you the truth. I was more angry.
Well, come on. You lived in L.A.
I know.
Of course, it's going to
Makes
make me
sense.
angry. It makes me angry. It gives me anxiety just to go to L.A.
Yeah,
The
dude.
drive going up there like, fucking
It's
L.A.
Traffic. And oh, man.
No, but, I go into the store. I don't remember the store's name. It's not even Hot Topic, so it's a good store. Really kick-ass store. So, I'm going in, and then I was talking to the cashier, which obviously was a punk. And I'm over here talking to him, and it's like, you know what? You should probably listen to the Casualties and listen to that shit. It's like, nah, dude, the Casualties suck, this and that. I was like, nah, fool, what the fuck are you talking about? The Casualties are sick. Now they're getting better, and they're more hardcore. Yeah, obviously the sound will be different because they're older. Obviously, everything changes. That's how it works.
Yeah, even a lot of bands do that, like Anti-Flag. They kind of stayed with the roots a little bit, but they kind of changed their style a little bit. Or Leftover Crack.
Leftover Crack.
Their latest album, it sounds more like a typical mainstream kind of like punk hardcore band now, but anything before that was really good,
True. No, but I'm talking to this kid, and then I'm like, dude, you have to listen to Dementor or Rob. He's like, nah, dude, you know what? What I think about psychobilly, I'm like, what do you think about psychobilly? Tell me. He goes, well, psychobilly is the version of punk. So when you get older, if you're a punk and you get older, that's where punks go to retire to psychobilly. I'm like, I looked at him.
I've heard that. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Not a lot of people know that psychobilly is like, okay, there's a sub-genre to that.
Yeah. But no, but like what I agree with this guy, with this kid, probably 16 years old, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, holy shit, dude. You have mind blow the fuck out of me because that's so fucking true. I look at my girlfriend looks at me, and like, this fucker is gonna go places, I was like, oh my god, you gave me a different perspective in everything. I'm like, oh my god. That's...
Yeah, if anybody could keep a good conversation about any type of music,
true.
I've the most respect for the person.
Yeah.
Because they fucking did their research and they know what they're talking about and they have their personal opinions, and I'm like, god damn, dude, you're like 10 years younger than me. How the fuck do you know that?
No, that's the kick-ass part about this, same thing, like I have so much respect for this kid. 16 years old, I'm like, oh my god, I'm 25 years old. And I'm looking at this kid, it's like, you are gonna be a fucking pioneer of punk, man. Like, you fucking taught me, a 25-year-old, like, something different, I never thought about it. I'm like, I switched to music, so it's like, whatever. I never thut about it, like, this is where I came to retire. It's like, oh. It's like, holy shit, that's so fucking true.
Yeah,
but
it tripped me out, like, when I saw was it like Tim Armstrong? He was hanging out with Good Charlotte.
Yeah,
and people are like, that's so what? I'm like, dude, you don't even know these people.
Exactly.
First of all, they probably are awesome people, and they're just like they're homies. It don't matter. Like,
True.
like yeah, they can do their thing and he's doing his thing, but like that's not gonna that shouldn't separate you as a human.
True.
There's no segregation when it comes to music, you know?
Right? I don't know where people get that from.
And they think they know the band personally. Like people, like
Yeah.
you know, those fucking super fans, like, oh, I fucking love Zeppelin and blah blah blah. And then they find like any gossip about them, like, oh fuck that, you know? Like
That's true.
They wouldn't do that. It's like, you don't know them. Fuck you.
That's true. I mean, I think that's what ruined like all this culture in life. It's just, like this paparazzi and these fucking rumors.
Because people feed off of that whole like, scandals and fucking like fucking, you know, like the iCloud getting hacked into and fucking posting like nude pictures on the fucking internet and shit like that, you know?
What? Dang.
But that's true. I mean, like, all this society has brought like even news, everything. Like everything's all based around celebrities. And it's true. You have a point. Like everybody like hates certain, you know. Oh, this artist, I used to love him, now I hate him. You know, type of thing. It's like no, like it's not what they think. It's what you think and what you like that makes you go forward. Not what they want you to think that makes you go forward.
Like you don't know that person. Like okay, if they're like, oh, he used to be this way, now he does this music. So the fuck what?
Right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's a different person.
No, not at all.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, because like you said, you're like you keep doing your thing, right? Like you don't change it. Like you keep doing your shit. I mean, that's what encourages you. Because who fucking cares about a negative, you know, comment? It's just more based on what you like.
Yeah.
What encourages
Do
you.
Yeah,
exactly.
But everyone's trying to please everybody.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man,
like you said, you are like the underground, you know, of your music, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because you like it. It's not. You're not doing it, you know, for them.
Yeah.
You're doing it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
it should be about. Do it for
exactly.
you, not to do it to please people. That's where you get it. But like I said, when I was in bands before, like I dealt with that because you start to get like a big head and you have to watch yourself because people are like, oh, they start like idolizing you, and it's like
they're so easily
into it.
They're so easy to criticize you immediately, you know.
Like it was funny. I remember people always would tell me, like one day they saw me, I was wearing like glasses, like the see-through ones, and I had some different outfit on, and then the next time I saw me, I had a different outfit, and this dude was like, who are you today? I'm like, I'm Derek. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, wait, you're rocking today. You dressed to rock. Like, but that shows me how ignorant they are. Like, what are you talking about?
That makes sense.
You know, it was the same thing for me. Like when I was in high school, like I was all about the '80s. I love fucking the Doors and Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's true.
I like the fucking jean jacket and Levi's, everything. And then one day I come all blacked out, and they're like looking at me like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" It's like I was feeling this today, and I don't give a shit about your fucking opinion.
Yeah, like why can't we do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who are you? You don't even know me like that. Like, and all they see is off what? Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, all they see, and they evaluate you off your picture. That's crazy. I'm like, this is like, people are starting to now see the facade as who you are, instead of seeing like who you truly are.
Which that's basically the surface picture of you instead of like what actually is you.
Yeah.
Which is I understand that because it's just weird. Because even like you mentioned, like you go through Facebook and fucking Instagram, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? You know, like you again. No, there's fucking Instagram models doesn't leave anything to the imagination, but at the same time, you're like, are you really like that desperate for this much attention?
Yeah. It's because people are losing their. They want to have identity.
Because when you fucking really think about it, Instagram is a lot like high school. You're wanting approval from the people that surround you.
I always thought about it like when I saw that I was like, you might just be a stripper. I mean, seriously, you want to make money? You might just be a stripper, right?
Close, man. Pretty damn close.
Exactly. I'm like, don't get me wrong. As a guy, it's attractive. I'm like, oh my god, it's really attractive. But at the same time, you're like, in your back of your head, your actual fucking conscience is telling you like, you know what, this girl actually wants attention. I bet you anything, you go out with this girl, she expects money from you and all this shit. You know, exactly.
Like they only get like the high rollers.
Exactly. It's like, like fuck. You know what the fuck? And then you always see these girls like putting injections in their faces, and you know, it's like I don't even know what's real anymore.
They're like very plastic. They put the idea in society's head that that's the fucking normal thing now.
Yeah.
You know, lip injections, fucking fake tits and fake ass and everything like that. You know.
I can't even see that anymore. Like it's hard for me. That's why I like pinup. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of pinup.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that because it leaves the imagination to your brain. He's like, okay, what's behind that? You know, type of thing. It's not like, oh, hey, well, I already know what's behind it. You know, like nowadays it's like, oh, okay, well, you're already naked, so I know what's there.
Yeah.
And you know, like Betty Page and so forth and so on. And you're like, oh my god, it's like I don't know what's behind it. Obviously, I do, but it's like, oh my god, that's fucking sexy.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not that. That's why I like pinup. Those pinups like the mysteries, like, ooh, surprise, you know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
holy shit, that's there.
Especially if you meet a girl
Yeah.
that is an Instagram model, and it's like, you know what? I don't even need to see you naked because you were kind of naked on your fucking pictures on Instagram
Yeah.
already. So it doesn't leave much imagination for me. So it's like, all right, I'm cool.
True.
I've seen all of you, alright.
Yeah.
You said you lived in LA, right?
Oh no, I did for a while.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
how was that? Like for you, what was your experience with my experience?
That was crazy, dude. Like, again, I can tell you my drug history. I was like doing a lot of coke,
Ooh,
fell into that, and just hanging out with like celebrities that are like people were tripping out. Like what I would tell like Drew or someone, dude, I just met this dude. And they're like, what? And this dude, like, that's crazy. And I'm like, dude, but they're just normal people though.
Yeah.
Like, it was hilarious to me. Like, they're just normal people because people have these, like, even then I had that facade, like, oh, this person has to be like this then.
Yeah.
Or if you see a comedian, Conan O'Brien, or right?
Right. Yeah.
And so you think every time you see him, he's gonna be doing backflips and all funny, but that's just his passion. Doesn't mean he's like, no one is like that 24/7.
True.
Exactly. You know, even for like the podcast, for example, a lot of people tell me, you talk more on the podcast than you do in real life. And I'm like, you know what? It's because it's a fucking podcast and I need to talk.
You're supposed to, yeah. See? Yeah, it's like weird. Like everyone's trying so much to evaluate like what people are doing,
Yeah.
and then like, oh, I should be doing that then, or oh, this is how they are. It's like, dude, no, that's not. That's something like the comedians. That's just something they do.
True.
But they're not like, you can't be doing that. You'd have to be on drugs to be crazy all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I guess they
weird.
just expect you to be that person because they've seen it all
So
the
much.
fucking time.
Yeah.
When they see you meet that person, like, say if they're with us right now, and they're nothing like that.
True.
Because they're just like normal people like us. That's the misconception a lot of people get when they see a celebrity. They think that they're supposed to act a certain way, but they're normal people like us too. So
Yeah, that's true. I know. It's funny because one day we were in the Chula Vista Mall, and then my mom saw a wrestler, right? And my mom's like, hey, I forgot the wrestler's name. She's like, hey, and I'm like, Mom, leave him alone.
Yeah.
He's there to shop. Leave him fucking
He's a
alone.
person.
Mom,
Yeah.
yeah. They get so
he's-
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star
and
Trek.
I'm tripping like, Mom, just leave him alone. It's like it's celebrity. It's a guy. It's a person. It's a human being. If he gets stabbed, he bleeds. Right? That's basically how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we would probably punch you, but he still bleeds. Right? Like
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he's leave him alone. It's like he's with his wife and whatever, girlfrind and wife.
Yeah,
He's
because
just walking around.
a lot
Yeah.
of celebrities or anybody that's well known, they like to live a very quiet life.
Yeah.
And when they're bothered in public, it kind of like defeats it. Like, oh, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm a celebrity, but if I'm in a store and fucking shop with my family, I want you to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
You
true.
know?
Who did you meet out there though in L.A.?
Chris Brown.
What? How was that?
He was cool.
Yeah.
It was weird because like it's funny because again like how you look, people, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's good. He's Chris Brown. And
Yeah.
I was with my sister and she's like, oh, this is my brother. He does like art, and he's like, oh yeah, I know. And he didn't even know me, dude. Like he did not know, but it made him feel comfortable. Like because he has to know everything as a big artist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nothing, you know what I mean? They have to play up to that. And it's crazy. I was like, dude, you don't. I was like, this is weird. But he's just like a college kid to me. Like, just like.
Yeah, 'cause he's a lot
wants to
younger
have
than
fun.
us.
Yeah. So,
Much younger.
there's a bunch of other people. But it's crazy. That lifestyle, like, is you gotta be very careful.
Yeah, especially if you're in the limelight a lot, you know, you gotta be careful what you say, and you can't say anything that's too fucking crazy.
I think LA in general is just too fucking crazy. You go out there, because I lived out there for 5 years, and I mean, you'd be amazed what the fuck. Like, everybody out there is like on drugs, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I went out there. I was sober for 2 years when I was there. Out there for the first 2 years I was out there, and I was doing great. In college, straight A's. Got fucking
nice.
dean's list and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then I met these two guys. One was an Indian, and one was Brazilian. One of them sold pills. The other one was a pizza delivery guy, but sold weed. So this is 2 years of not smoking. These guys, hey, you want to go smoke a joint down in the parking lot in the college? I'm like, yeah, why not? It's fucking weed, right?
Right.
I smoke it. I'm like, I got lost in the parking lot. I don't know what the fuck I was.
What was in that? Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I'm like, this is different. This is like, fuck this shit. I'm like, I called the guy up. I'm like, dude, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. It's like, where are you at? I was like, I'm the fucking college parking lot. And I'm like, but I don't know how to fucking get out. I'm fucking high like a motherfucker. These guys are just laughing, and I hang up on him. Boom. And I remember I followed a car, and you just got out, right? So that was the Indian guy's part where he we smoke a joint. So So next issue was the Brazilian guy. Sold pills. He did Norcas, Oxy, and all that shit, right? Exactly. So one day he goes, guys, there's three of us. So it's him, his friend, his partner, which is the Indian guy, and it's me. He's like, all right, take a bar. We all took a bar. It's like, okay, take one half right now, and then take the other half 30 minutes later. I take it. Boom. And I'm in class, and then these assholes decide to make a presentation first before anybody else, and they're fucked up. They go up there and just doing some weird shit, and I'm laughing and sweating because I'm, obviously it makes you sweat. And I take the other one, bah, all right, fuck it.
Shit.
And I'm sweating and I'm laughing my ass off because to me it's hilarious. And I look over and I look to my left and my right. I'm like, no one's laughing. I look like a fucking idiot. So I walk out. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. You guys comes out and he's like, dude, you need to come back. It's like, no, fool, I'm fucked up. No one's laughing. I look like a fucking idiot. I'm out.
Damn.
So the next day, this guy, again, the LA, it's full of drugs. So this guy gives me Norcas, like about 7 Norcas. Norcas is like a muscle relaxer. It feels like weed, but it doesn't. It's the come down is nasty. It feels weird. It's like, you feel like really dirty and weird. But when you smoke a cigarette under it, it feels great. But I take a Norca.
It's more of a body high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I popped Norca, and I had to do a 7-page essay. Okay. So I'm doing the 7-page essay. And then I think an hour passes, and I'm like when the Norca borders off, I'm like, what happened? I literally forgot what happened. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, I did a 7-page essay, and fucking in an hour. How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. All right, and then so I go to school. I'm thinking positive about the Norca. I was like, oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Fuck weed and all this shit, right? And next day I go and I talk to the Brazilian guy, and he has like his whole hand is bandaged up. And then he has a hole penetrating through his hand.
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah. So he told, basically what he decided to do is take 14 Norcas, drive drunk, flips over his fucking car. On top of that, he was pronounced dead at one point until the car shocked him back to life. And that's when, and that's when I looked at the fucking Norcas, and I'm like, you're going down the toilet. Boom.
Yeah.
Flushed him all down the toilet. I'm like, that's the end of that. Like, fuck this shit. I'm seriously, that's where, like, you saying, like, you're sober, right? Like, that's exactly what I did. I'm like, this is retarded. I'm retarded for even taking this. Even though I did a great job, I was like, fuck no. I was doing great for 2 years. I don't need that. And, completely flushed it. People call me stupid. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's like, this is a product made for anybody to get addicted and create other fucking problems in your system, like liver problems, kidney problems, So I'm like, nah, I'm done. But this guy got fired. He got fired from his because and I forgot to mention, he was a surgical tech.
Oh shit.
That's where he was able to get so much vast amount of pills.
Jeez.
So he got fired because I guess they found out that he was, after he flipped his car, they found out that he was, doing all these fucking drugs.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
but these guys are smart. I mean, don't get me wrong, but yeah, LA is full of fucking drugs, man.
I know. It's like, dude, getting drugs there is like, it's like going to the grocery store here and getting something. It's like, it's crazy. That's why there's so many people over there in rehabs and.
I know.
Oh, it's like, whew. I'm like, hello, it's not a warning sign for anybody.
Right?
It wasn't for me though, because I get it now.
Yeah.
Sober, but I was like, whoa, dude, like, I jumped into that, and I was like, oh, like you said, it just slowly over time, like, why not? And then I'm like, whoa, get addicted.
it's fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy in general. I mean, San Diego's like, he's completely flatline. You keep going, and you just once in a while you're like, oh, okay, why not? You know. And LA is like, it's fucking. You just hear the fucking beat. You know, the line just goes up and down, and you're like, holy shit! Everybody's in coke, crack, fucking nos, fucking all this shit that you're like, I've never seen anybody do nos before in my life. You know, type of thing. Because I mean. In 5 years out there, you're like, you go to a party and everybody's doing nos. I was like, doesn't that go? No, well, actually, the way I imagined it was different. Because when I saw people taking, hits from a fucking balloon, I'm like, I guess everybody likes their helium. And then eventually someone comes to everybody comes up to me and it's like, dude, that's not helium. I was like, that's nos. I'm like, okay, I gotta go because someone came in with a big ass tank, like a big ass fucking. Wow. Like, I guess a 4-foot tank of fucking nos. I'm like, I'm out. I was like, dude, that goes to a car, and then the last thing I want to see is someone who's fucking die. Yeah, and I'm out. I was like, whoop, I'm out. I'm not coming back to this shit. This is weird. Everybody does crystal meth. Everybody does coke, like you mentioned. Coke is a big deal out there, though, for sure.
Yeah, because it's like the preferred drug. Quick fix. Yeah. You just gotta...
Even here, it's the same thing. Like we've all done coke at one point, exactly. And it's pretty fucking addictive, But the only downside is that it only lasts like 15 fucking minutes, and after that you got to get another fucking
do it
hit.
again.
Yeah.
That was their trick, their strategy to it, dude. Like, this is how we'll make money.
Yeah, I think we all remember that. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So you're doing some crazy shit. It's like all of a sudden it's like, why the fuck did I do that? Man, that was a bad choice. I mean, I have a lot of drug stories. So I've done some stupid shit. It's not like I'm not saying that I'm saying that I'm smart. I'm just saying that you experience life as it comes, right?
Yeah.
Pop pills. I've never done crack. Trust me.
Woohoo!
or meth.
Me either. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done coke. I remember doing coke at a fucking pizza parlor. I think we were playing, pool.
Uh-huh.
And I did.
Pizza parlor?
Yeah. You just wait. It gets better. So we're drinking at the pizza parlor because it has beer, and we're playing pool, and I did it like a shit, I don't know, like a lot of coke. I thought. So I remember going, hey guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I somehow ended up in the kitchen, and I got kicked out. So I go back to the pool table, and they're like, dude, I thought you were gonna go to the bathroom. It's like, dude, I got kicked out of the kitchen. It's like, what happened? It's like, it's like, yeah, again, coke's a hell of a drug. Like fucking Rick James.
Rick James, yeah. We should all learn from him.
Fuck that. But yeah, no, I guess LA, here just something once in a while, but once you go to LA, obviously, it's a different story out there.
Yeah,
it's like Babylon out there. It's like, fuck, dude.
Babylon.
That's basically what it is. It's Babylon, dude. It's like like everybody says Las Vegas is Sin City. I was like, I believe LA is Sin City. Because of celebrities.
Well, I guess you could put it that way.
Yeah, because
kind of like a Sin City.
Out there, it's like everything's open. Everything's open. Like you go to a party, you can see a fucking naked girl. It doesn't matter. You're gonna see a naked girl. Yeah, you go on the street, you can see a naked girl. Yeah. I've seen oh fuck, dude.
That's so weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm not sure.
There you go. So you remember?
I know. Now you're making me remember flashbacks.
I remember seeing a lot of fucking naked girls here in San Diego back in the fucking day, but it's only because they were out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
And I remember getting out of school, going to the gas station, getting a soda or something, and I see some lady, some older lady, in her mid-50s, come in without her fucking shirt on, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Am I in the Twilight Zone or some shit?
Damn.
I need to leave right now.
No, that's crazy. So you have lifetimes of that.
Then. And at the time, I was high out of my fucking mind, so I was tripping out. Yeah, I was like, is this real? Is this happening?
Even though, obviously drugs are bad, we know this for a fucking fact. Drugs are bad, just in general. Because you can see, I remember those commercials like, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Clap and fry. Yeah. Okay, that's technically what, reality, that's
I
what
like those commercials.
Yeah.
They should make stuff.
I miss those, yeah. But it's crazy because, people that do drugs, hey, is there someone in your life you'd be like, dude, they were so successful and kept their life together. They were so awesome. but they were doing heroin all the time. No.
I was like, what?
Or meth or coke, and it's like, wait a second. If we see it, it's like the red flags.
Yeah,
we're just like,
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
That's true.
But it's sad.
Because you do see like things like it say the same things like, hey, he's a businessman, and all of a sudden in the fucking bathroom stalls he's doing heroin. It's like, whoa, okay,
Right.
well this is a game changer right here, you know,
Yeah.
type of thing. But no, yeah, it's even though drugs are bad, there's just some experiences that are just literally funny. In general, I
Right,
think
yeah.
I think it's not even drugs. I think it's just life in general is funny because it's the way it works out. I mean, you expect to do certain things, and all of a sudden you have a funny story out of it. But I'm pretty sure at the time it was bad because you're like freaking out. Like again, the story about the whole school thing, I was freaking out. I was fucking freaking out, dude. I almost had a heart attack. But yeah, you know. But later on, you think about it, it's like that was hilarious. That was really funny. This is perfect to tell. You know, it's like type of thing. But
Yeah.
drugs are bad. That's a for sure shit right there. Fuck that. No.
It's crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, but like I said, I came out with recently. I've been putting out like just singles instead of an album because right now the theme of doing that is because like it's kind of like I want to take you on a journey with me. Like this single is what I'm going through for this month.
Yeah.
You know, or what is in my life, and then this month is another single, and then you know just like so right now the last one I just released it's up on iTunes right now. Check it out, BMB iTunes. Check it out. And then my oldest, and then I have the other two singles which I dropped, and they're on like Spotify. But I'm waiting for it to. When you send it, it has to send to everything.
Yeah.
But iTunes is always the number one that gets it first. But you can check me out. Check me out on Instagram, BMB_music. Well, obviously I'll be like on your guys' page, so they'll figure that out. Yeah. But thank you guys for like coming here and doing
no
this.
problem,
and
you
just-
know.
Oh no, thank you. for
Stories.
having me on
It
this,
might have been a last minute thing. I know you were feeling kind of sick.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Oh yeah, and I hope I don't sound like Debbie Downer.
I mean, no,
Like,
fuck.
Glad
I
we
was
did
sick.
this. You know?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's perfect. You came, you know,
Because you're our very first musical guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Chin up, right?
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for today. So once again, this is Ziggy.
This is Pony.
Derek Morris from BMB. Buy my music, or I won't be able to pay my rent.
All right. Thanks for